everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are back in the workshop, back at the 1200, and we are going to go full hog. We are going to pop the pistons out of her, and when I have that done, there is literally nothing, well, not really actually, because I could take the timing cover off and I could take the water pump off. Water pump mightn't actually be mightn't be a bad shout actually. That's not here or today, but we are going to take the pistons out. So we have to get down underneath it, go up, 2 bolts, shell bearings, and then push piston up with the con rod. That is what I was told. Fingers crossed it's going to be easy. And I have to get 6 red tubs so that piston 1 to 6 has their own tub, so I know which ones go back in that order. And the reason why we are doing this, well, 2 reasons. Number 1, check the piston ring. So that is the ring that creates the seal for the combustion, to see how they are looking, to see that they are not stuck, because if they're stuck, what I was told, I had quite a few people at the pumpkin patch and people online telling me, they're stuck, she's just going to eat the liners over, which basically defeats the purpose of having it this far stripped and not doing it. Second thing is, so that we can hone the cylinders right down and through, to get rid of any imperfections or little bits of rust. And when we look at this, Father Phil left ATF in each of them cylinders so that we could kind of see how quickly it fell through them. And based on how it's looking now, it could be a month ago at least. So we can see that one, the oil has gone over, that one not, that one's not, that one's not, that one the oil's gone over, and that one the oil is more or less gone over. So that is a sign that the piston rings in them ones could be being shook. But we can get new piston rings, it's not the end of the world. But that is the plan anyways. So we're going to get stuck into it now. I have to get a light, something to lie on, and something to lie on, and a gun. Preferably maybe the small gun. Small gun there. And then we also have to find where this missing bolt has come from. So that is also going to be fun. It's just the battery that works. Or there's one of the batteries broke. No, that's charging. Yep. Right. We'll go see what size we need. Before we get down on our hands and knees to pray, or well, more on my back more than anything else, we also have to find where this came from. So that's the bolt and the locking tab we found in the gunk and the sump in the last video. And while I'm down there, I want to see where this bad boy came from, because this has to come from somewhere. Now, based on the size in that, I would say it's to do with an oil pipe or that. Hopefully it's nothing more serious than that. And also, this video is probably going to be a bit on the short side, and I know in the last video I said hopefully the next video will be the video of this running, but because we are still ripping, it's not going to be. So yeah, but this one will be a bit short. We are up the walls busy. Never thought we'd be this busy this late on in the year. It's been a great spell, lots of work done, but we're just up the walls busy. So yeah, next big thing is trying to get the 3075 and the bee harvester going. That's looking like next week's problem, because this week it's more or less fully booked out. But we get a few hours in the evening just to play with this. So yeah, just not ready to go at the bee harvester just yet. A few bits to get. But anyways, let's get down and get underneath her. So let's see how majestically I can get down and underneath. Well, they're definitely not 19s anyways. No, because there, what holds that? It's that I want to, oh Jesus. I actually have to end up rotating the engine. Rightio. Now try and get this to shimmy in when there's a busted wheel on it. Right. Piston number 3. We'll go, I think it's 1 that way. I'm going to do it 1. Is this one? Working my way that way. Just so everybody knows. And so I know for future reference. It's looking like I'm going to have to turn the engine, because the angles that some of them are at, I'm not going to be able to open. Also, I'm pretty sure they're not 19s. I would say they're bigger. Maybe I am wrong. My biggest fear, biggest reservation doing this is that I'm not very confident. And I feel like, yeah, I can take it apart, that bit is easy. But to put it back together, I could make an arse of it. And making a mess of it is what I'm mostly afraid of. So, but then the flip side is, as I keep telling myself, you can't really make this one any worse than it already is. And it's a great way of learning this stuff is by actually doing it. So I'm going to have to get a bigger size because they are not. So these are holding in the crankshaft. These are connected, are the shell bearings connected to the con rod, which is pushing the pistons up and down. So yeah, I need to get a bigger one. I'd say they're 22s or bigger. 24, too big. 22, doesn't seem too bad. A little bit. Right. Could probably do it, get myself a new yoke to lie on. The one I have is one that was bought in Aldi or Lidl. And them cheap and cheerful jobs. Take the extender off it. There's no need for it. There's nothing. So that is the nut, so you can see, tapered end on it. Right, so this is P3, piston tree. I have a box labelled. You can see it. That looks like 39 or 93. Should be that way. P3. This one. Now what? Should this just split in two now? Should it? I have absolutely no idea. I assume I should. Do you like give it a tip or something? Do you not? Quick break to watch YouTube to figure out how other people do this. Oh, after a good bit of slight persuasion, not heavy persuasion, and not a lot of luck trying to look at a video because the phone died, I have piston number 4 taken apart. That is the shell bearing. So that runs on the crankshaft, and then this is the end of the con rod. You can see it there. We get better luck when we get them out. Really struggle in how you do it, or how to get it to come apart. It was just tip, 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 keep tipping, 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 tipping away at it to see could I get it to come apart. And then this is the bolt that holds it on. Tapered end there, and then you can see these screws. I assume they're supposed to be like that. And then it should be just a matter of pushing the piston upward, which that could be an interesting challenge in itself. Put the bar in the front, turn the crank to push the piston upward. If I take this one off as well, then I can turn it, get the piston to the highest setting, then get underneath and see can I push her the rest of the way rather than having to push it all the way. If you catch my drift. The only problem I have is I have a lump hammer. I should probably have like a copper mallet or a wooden mallet. But what I've been doing, and this will probably, I can just imagine anyone who's an actual mechanic looking at this going, oh Jesus, put that yoke down! Just tipping these up ever so slightly. And just can see where this is all marked from before. So I assume it's from where the same was done. Maybe I'm wrong. I have absolutely no fucking idea whatsoever. But just ever so slightly, gently. But yeah, I should probably get myself like a copper mallet or a wooden mallet. But definitely ease the shock of it. Anyways, we'll keep at it. So, shell bearing off number 3. A little bit funky looking. So, here's what that looks like underneath. A bit funky of itself, but looks alright. Now, we'll crank the engine around. These two middle ones we want at the top. So if I just put this bar in here, fingers crossed. Yeah, she still moves. Get the direction right. Just won't come past that. There's always something. I think what makes it worse for me is lack of confidence in what I'm doing. So every time you try and do something, all you're doing is just second guessing what you're doing. Is this the right way? Is this how I should be doing it? We now have 2 and 5 at top dead center. Still trying to turn it. When we get the other ones to that, then fingers crossed, should be an easier push. And then once I get each one out, should be easier to turn because there'll be less resistance. In the grand theory of things, but I am running out of room to turn. That is my only problem. I think the stencil is required now. Should have went for the stencil at the start. Significantly easier if I can get it to bite. You get one good turn on it, and then next thing you know, you cannot get it to go back on. Oh, there's something. Now, we're coming near the top now with those two. So in the grand theory of things, these are at the top. It should not go back down with the piston. Oh, one's going back down. Right. Now let's see, can we pop them up? That should be coming out. Way. We can see a piston. Right, well there's one piston ring. I don't think that one's just up as far. Right, I need to wind it around again. Roundy, because the crankshaft now is up at the top, so it's in the way of me knocking them up. So now I'll spin around, drop it down. So camera's nearly out of battery, so I'm just going to stick her on charge there and get that done. And maybe we might be able to time lapse doing the next 4, because I kind of know what I'm doing now. Just get the first one done, figure it out. Get this far and then it's like your confidence picks up. You've got over the wee hump where you were doubting yourself. And now you're like, yeah, just do this, do that, and press on. We press on. I've also just figured out, now that they're at top dead center, the next ones are on the bottom. So if I get down, bolt them off, and then twist it around, they come up, these I can pop up, and then save a lot of twisting. And that's the theory. But before we go any further, I want to thank today's sponsor of today's video, Bill Genie. You would have seen us working with them back in April, and again we're working with them for the month of October to save money on your electricity bills. You go to their website, there'll be a link in the description down below, upload your most recent electricity bill to them, and they'll go out onto the marketplace and find you the best rate this winter on your ESB, your electricity bill. And it doesn't even matter if you are in a contract, don't be afraid, send in your bill. It's a totally free service, doesn't cost, charge, nothing, but they may be able to save you money even after paying a cancellation fee. Just after hitting the milestone since April of €200,000 has been saved off ye, our subscribers who have sent in their bills. €200,000 ye have saved on your electricity bills. And in the last 2 weeks, there has been €53,000 identified. So if you haven't heard back from them, or if you have and you're waiting on stuff, get it done, get it through, and get yourself saving money this winter. They also do gas, broadband, and pay terminals, so your card terminals if you're a business. Something that I have to actually still have to get on to them about. Check them out, link in the description down below. Anyways, I'm going to try and set this camera up for a time lapse, and let's see, can we in fast motion pop them up and then get the next ones to come up and down. I think it's official. I have it done. I just fully... Right, let me know in the comments. Have I fully stripped an engine? Near enough. My mind. I've just taken a piston out by myself without any guidance. Not even a YouTube video. Probably done it wrong. But we have it out. We have piston number 2 out. I got in under it and I was just able to push them up. So we've piston number 2 here in our piston number 2 box. And here it is. Very dirty. Now, what I think by just looking at the ones, so it seems very, very gritty there down the side, so it's going to need a bit of a cleaning. You can see what I think is the piston rings, which is that we grooved there and that there are stuck on it because they didn't expand when I took it out. There's our third one out. Because when we come back to the engine and we look at 2 of the cylinders, which were actually retaining oil, because that one was retaining that one and that one. But we can see the rings have come out. You can see them having come out there. They're loose in it, whereas that one doesn't seem. So that could mean the piston rings are stuck. And I will have to check with Father Phil. Let me know in the comments if it does mean that. If it does mean that, then this was the right job, taking them out, so we can change them or loosen them or whatever the right thing to do is. And we should. My hands aren't too oily for the new camera because my old one broke. So I've literally only taken this one out of the box. Up here, try not to knock everything at my feet. We should be able to. I had you pushing up my hands. Number 3, come on. Nearly there. Let's piston number 3 out. I just run my head to the oil drum. Just pull out the pistons I have out and then I'll show you what I have there now. We'll just finish what we're doing. I'll put down the camera. I think I've enough footage got now. I'll just whip them last 2 out. It's straightforward. I just have to turn her over to get them leveled that I can get at them. And then when I open them, I just have my timber, the lump hammer, and just tip, 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 and then shove her up. That's all I have to do to get them out. And we'll look at the whole lot, all out, and then we'll look down, and we'll see what's looking like that way. I just stripped the pistons out of an engine. Never thought I'd be able to do that. And here we have our 6 cylinders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in order. Cylinder 6, pot 6. It gave me quite a bit of trouble to get out, but I got it out. Interesting things that I can see here. So cylinder number 3 is probably the one with the most like kind of surface rust or that kind of oxidized redness to it, and then also you can see it on that there, whereas the rest of them are all fairly well oiled up. The 3 center ones are the ones with the least amount of oil, so that kind of shows. When it comes to piston rings now, I will have to check Father Phil, let me know in the comments, because this is going to go up before I get chatting to him. But piston rings, I think, which are these ladines here, should be like this. They should be loose. You can see them loose, not loose on that one, loose on this one. So I think they should all be loose. So it's probably a good thing we took them out, because some of them don't seem to be loose. So we'll have to be honest, I think at this stage I'm going to make a phone call, we'll put a list of parts together, so all our gaskets, manifolds, all that crack, piston rings, oil pump, and anything else I need. But I have found something which I think is a big problem. I'm confident that I didn't do it because nothing come out. I don't know how well we're going to be able to see it now. I just noticed that when I was looking up at the pots. So let's see what we can see from up here. Oh, that is cylinder number 1. Not looking too bad. Cylinder number 2. Bit of rust down at the, or well, not rust, but just that kind of brown gunkiness at the bottom. Now, is it this one? Oh, it's the next one. Cylinder number 3. Cylinder number 4. Well, which one was it? Cylinder number 5. I can't see it from this side. Cylinder number 6. I'm just going to have to put my hand down. There we go, yeah. This one. I don't know whether you can see it, but on the near side, on this side at the bottom of the liner, there's a piece missing. And it's not missing any of the others. When I seen it first, I was like, oh, maybe that's something. And then the rest of them don't have it, so it's like, yeah. Now, I'm pretty much 100% sure I didn't do that. So, yeah, that does not bode very, very well at all. So I'm going to have to consult on that one. I think that means new liners. And new liners probably means engine out on the way to an engineering firm to put new liners in. I'm pretty sure that's not something that I can do. Maybe my uncle will be able to do it, because he's going to take the heads and skim them and reset the valves. That's the plan with them. But he's working on a car of my mother's at the minute, so when he's finished with that, the plan is that he's going to do that. He wants one level of hardship, well, one bit of hardship at a time. So yeah, that is major concern now. So I'm like 100% sure if that's that way, that probably means it's a new liner. So the liner is a piece that goes inside the cylinder. So yeah, let me know in the comments. But it's a chip maybe about that big and a triangle gone over. Apart from that, everything looks alright. So it does. Nothing else is jumping out at me. So you can see there. The only thing, I didn't have a great look, but I had a quick look. I can't find where that bolt come from either. So that is slightly annoying me. One other weird thing, in cylinder number 2, one of the bolts that was holding it on, so here, there's a castle nut. So by castle nut, it looks like the top of a castle there with all the lugs. And what that is for is like a locking mechanism. You can tighten it on. There'll be a pin, there'll be a hole in the bolt, and then you stick a pin through, which goes through the castles, and then it stops from twisting. It's the only one that has that on it. But it did not have a pin in it, because it just opened. And I spent 5 minutes with a wee screwdriver seeing could I find anything. Couldn't find anything. So yeah, that is where we're at. Let me know in the comments what you think. Geez, after all this ripping, it would have been a lot easier if the engine was out, that you could actually do all these bits on it. And if it turns out now I have to take out the engine to do a liner, it's kind of like we could have just done that the first day. But hey, it's a learning exercise. I am thoroughly enjoying myself. Because it feels like not only am I learning something, but I feel more confident doing it. It's like what I said earlier. It's that thing of you hit a pothole or a challenge and you're second guessing everything you're doing, and you overcome that, and then you get that big confidence to push ahead. So that's the phone telling me I should be going to bed. So look, and as wild, well, the 3690, we might have it back by Christmas. You might have seen I shared a thing, they've re-skimmed heads and stuff on it. Lee has, and we have a heap of stuff coming from Connaughty. I think near enough all the bits that are being replaced in the engine is coming from Connaughty to sort that out. So hopefully we'll have it back by Christmas. But now I feel like, geez, I could have nearly done it myself at the rate I'm going. But yeah, this liner now. My chat father Phil will update you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go get some sleep. Let me know in the comments what you think so far. Yeah, it's going to be a pity now if I have to take it out. Just the thought now of all the effort that's gone into stripping it sitting there. Yeah. Look, we're going to leave it there for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Wednesday and Sunday. Don't forget, link in the description down below to Bill Genie. Upload your bills, save yourself money today, and let me know anything you want to know in the comments. I'll try and get back to you. So, I am thoroughly enjoying myself, and I hope you are too. Anyways, that's it for me. Good luck.